Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Monday, August 19th, 2013. We're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average today, the INDU. So let's quickly do that. All right, here's your symbol. All right, when we're looking at this chart, you can see that you've been in this downtrend for a while. A couple things I want to point out today. So pay attention to this low point here, it's high, and this low point here based on the closes, right? The lowest close, because we're comparing it to the ultimate oscillator. So whenever you're looking at an oscillator, whether it be a Stotch or RSI, etc., they're all going to be drawing their information from price activity, but they're using the closes of the day, so you need to use the close, not the lows. Whenever we look at this chart, you can see this big move to the upside here, and that's completely taken out the previous high, and then we have to test that low, so we get the pull back down here. Now, when that pullback comes, you're looking for something. You want, if you're going to be a buyer, you want this pullback to give you some kind of an entry signal, like a hammer candlestick formation, something that looks really good. We don't have it right now, but I would anticipate that to come along. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be turned into a bull market or anything else. We're not going to conclude that yet. All we're doing is looking at this chart. We're going to determine whether or not this has got another bounce in it before it comes down here and takes this level out. So the way to do that was simply look at this price activity that we see right now. You have 4 consecutive days to the downside. Note that your high point, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, watching for that to change, and I'll show you why. If you look at the low close here, about 1510 level or 15010, you can see that this low close here is higher than you'd seen here or here, right? Okay, so what does that mean to us? Nothing by itself. We need to go up here and look at the ultimate oscillator, okay? Or you may be using the full Stotch, the slow, or the fast Stotch, or RSI, etc., in this particular case here, low point here on the ultimate oscillator, and low point on the momentum 2345. It's lower than you'd see in this point here or this point here. So what we can do is draw this little line here. We see it's trending down. Same time period, we can see low point here, higher low here. This is trending up. So this is another divergence. It's one of 4 different types of divergences you need to know about, and I'll show you where to find information. I'll give you a rough overview here. But the main thing that you can see here is that price is not tracking momentum. You can see momentum is going lower, but price has not actually come down here and taken out this low. Why is that happening? It's happening because there's more buy pressure now in this market at this point in time than there was back during this point in time. That will keep it from coming down here and taking out this level. That's what you're looking at. Now, just because you see this setup doesn't mean you start buying it. You wait. You want to see something change. You want to see it start to shift in the other direction. And that will be indicated by the high point being taken out. Right now, you're not seeing it. You're still seeing lower highs, lower lows. When that shifts, then you've got that signal that it's starting to shift, and you can be a buyer at that point with a tight stop and look for it to bounce. Now, that's just bounce. That's all we're saying it's going to do is bounce at that point in time. You may bounce up here and take out the previous high. At that point in time, well, you've got an uptrend. You've got this series of lower highs, change from high point, higher high, low point, higher low. At that point in time, you'd be a bullish scenario. Right now, you don't know what's going to happen. So you just look at the chart and you say, well, we anticipate a bounce because the actual price activity comparative to the ultimate oscillator, it tells us to look for that bounce. And so when you get that bounce, what you want to do is watch and see what happens next. In that particular scenario that we're talking about, anticipate, like maybe on Tuesday, a perfect scenario would be we go lower because we've already closed it low. We go lower, form a hammer candlestick formation, reverse back the other direction. That give you a clear buy signal. Hammer candlestick would look like that, right? So you look for something like that, and that would be a great signal to get long, and then look for it to bounce. Now, if you get a bounce up here and then you fail and you can't go higher and you start to roll over again, well, then you've just shifted back to the downtrend that you had going on back here. You just tried to fake out of it. It didn't work out. And then you're going to start to fail again. We'll catch that on the way down as well. But right now, you don't know that's going to happen. It could just as easily come up here and take out the previous high. So be looking for that hammer candlestick formation or reversal signal. If you'd like to know more about divergences, different types that are out there, and it's a really strong trading method, so I recommend you take the time to do so. Go to the free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, 100% free. You just simply go here to the technical analysis section, and then down here click on the more section there, and you can get a whole bunch of different videos that will teach you various different things, and one of them will be the divergences. And again, there's multiple types, so you have the bearish, the bullish, the negative reversal, and then on page 2, you'll find the one we're currently dealing with right now in the market, and that would be the positive reversal divergence. So that's important that you check that out, okay? Again, I want to point out on the homepage, we've got a lot of stuff setting up right now, so please be sure to check the website on the homepage right there daily for the global market chart updates, and they're updated nightly at both the short-term and the long-term, my personal notations on the charts, and there's several different opportunities setting up, and so there's something that you can take advantage of in those environments. Okay, God bless, take care, I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.